course, this is Photon Whiz, your learning partner. Here we are to learn, enjoy and play together. In this class, we are going to learn something very new and interesting. Shall we start? That is phonics. Phonics. Can you repeat after me? Phonics. Do you know what phonics is? Phonics is the pronunciation or the sounds of alphabets. We can say like this. Phonics is the study of speech sounds. The study of speech sounds. Whenever we articulate the alphabet A, B, C, D, the alphabets, it makes a sound. That sound is called as phonics. Phonics. So each alphabet has its own sound, its own different sound. So let's start with the alphabets. Here you can see some beautiful and smart children like you and me. So here we have phonics. What did I say earlier? The study and classification of speech sounds. The study and classification of speech sounds. Sounds of what? Is it the sound of a cat? Is it the sound of a dog? No, it's the sound of the alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X and Y, Z. So, here we have the alphabets. The first alphabet is A, you know. So, what is the sound of A? Can you read this word? It is not animals. It is pronounced as animals. Animals. A. So, the sound of A is, it is A. A. Try with me. A. Animals. And. Don't pronounce it as and. It is pronounced as and. Apple. Apple. Not apple. It is apple. Apple. The next alphabet is B. Can you guess the sound? It is B. B. Bench. Bench. You have bench in your school, right? In your classroom. So, bench. B. Ball. B. Balloon. B. Breakfast. So, you learned it. The next alphabet is C. The sound of C is K. Cat. Cricket. So, here we have the picture of some children playing cricket. Children, do you love playing cricket? Do you love playing cricket? So, cricket. Cricket. The next alphabet is D. D. The sound of D is D. Dance. Dance. Dog. Donkey. So, the sound of D is D. The next letter is E. The sound of E, can you guess? Can you read this word? Yes, it is egg. Egg. So, the sound of E is A. It must come from the throat. Egg. Elbow. Elephant. So, the sound of E is A. Next, the alphabet F. The sound of F is fish. Frog. So, fish. The sound of F is F. The next alphabet is G. G. What is the sound of G? It is pronounced as G. You can try this. You can put your hands over here and you can feel a vibration. G. Girl. Gate. Gun. Gun. So the sound of G is G. H. What is the sound of H? It is. Can you try after me? So, hen. Hen. Another word, can you suggest? Yes. Hockey. Hockey. The sound of H is H. The next alphabet is I. Can you read this word? In. Yes, inside the box, in. So the sound of I is E. It is not I. The sound of I is E. In. Igloo. Important. E, in. E, important. So the sound of I is E. Next we have the alphabet J. What's the sound of J? You can see a beautiful tempting jelly here. So the sound of J is J, jelly. J, jelly. Do you love eating jelly? Jelly is one of my favorite chocolates. So J, jelly. J, juice. J, juice. So the sound of J is J. Next we have the alphabet K. What is the sound of K? It is K. K. Have you heard this sound earlier? Yes. The sound of C and the sound of K is similar. It is K. 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 Kangaroo. Here we have a beautiful mommy kangaroo and a baby kangaroo here. So, K. K. Kangaroo. K. K. Kangaroo. K. K. Kangaroo. Very good. So, the next alphabet is L. The sound of L is L. 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 Little. L. L. Little. Say with me, it is not little, it is little. Little. So, L. L. Little. Here we have a little girl like you. So, the sound of L is L. Next, we have the alphabet M. The sound of M is, can you guess? Yes, the sound of M is man. Here we have a handsome man with a dark mustache. Does your father have a mustache? Yes? Yes. So here we have a black, bold, dark mustache. So, mustache. Man. Mango. So the sound of M is Here we have a naughty boy. So the sound of N is nose. Naughty. Are you naughty children? I really love naughty children. So be naughty and smart at the same time. So naughty. Nose. Next alphabet is O. O. What's the sound of O? Yes, it sounds O. Our lips must be rounded. O. 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 Ocean. Do you love going to beach and see? Do you love going to beaches? So here we have O. O. Ocean. O. O. Orange. O. O. Orange. So the sound of O is O. The next letter is P. The sound of P is P. 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 Penguin. P. P. Penguin. Don't penguin. It is penguin. Penguin. P. P. Penguin. P. P. Penguin. P. P. Another one. Parrot. Parrot. The next alphabet is Q. The sound of Q is Qua. Qua. Try with me. Qua. It is not Q. It is Qua. Qua. Question. Question. Quick. Quick. It is not quick, quick, quick. It is quick, quick, quick. Queen. 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 Not queen. It is queen. So you got it. The sound of Q is Qua. The next alphabet R. The sound of R is R. R. We Malayalis pronounce this letter very badly. Actually, really the native speakers pronounce it as R. R. The letter Ra in Malayalam. R. So we can read this as rocket. Not rocket. It is rocket. Rocket. Orange. Orange. Rat. Rabbit. Really. So the sound of R is R. Rocket. Try this. When you read your textbook next time, you try wherever you see the letter R, try pronouncing like this R. It makes your speaking way in a beautiful way. So the next alphabet is S. Sing. Sing. So children, do you sing? Do you love singing? That's a good hobby. So sing. Snake. Snake. So the sound of S is S. The next alphabet is T. T. Can you guess the sound of T? The sound of T is T. T. Tickle. Tickle. What is tickle? This is tickling. Tickling. Doing with the, touching with the soft feather or touching with the soft way. So, tickle. Tickle. 10. 10. So the sound of T is T. The next alphabet is U. How do you read this? Is it U? No, it is up. So what is the sound of U? It is up. 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 Umbrella. Umbrella. Ugly. Ugly. You would sound A. 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 Up. A. A. Up. A. A. Umbrella. So the next alphabet is V. 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 V for victory. What does it mean by victory? Victory means triumph. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we will be success there. Triumph, the success. So, victory. Victory. The next alphabet is W. It is not W. It is W. The sound of W is W. W. In V, we pronounce it as V, but for W, we pronounce it as W. 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 Wink. How do we wink? Try with me. Wink. Wink. Window. 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 So, W. W. Watch. W. W. Window. W. The next letter is X. X. What's the sound of X? It is a combination of K and S. So we pronounce it as fox. Six. Very good. So the sound of X is X. The next letter is Y. Y. The sound of Y is Y. 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 Yawn. How do we yawn? Like this boy. We yawn whenever we study, right? Whenever we open the book, we feel sleepy. We yawn, right? So, y, yawn. Y, ya. Y, yolk. The egg yolk. So, the sound of Y is y. Finally, the last alphabet we have Z. So, what is the sound of Z? The sound of Z is Z. It is not S, it is Z. Z. Zip, zip, zebra, zebra, zip, zip or our lips, zip, 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 zebra, zebra. So finally we have finished all the alphabets and the sounds. We have learned the sounds of each of the alphabets. So I am giving you a small task. This is students' time. This is your task time. So here we have your task. Can you guess what the task is? Yes, the task is you must read this word in the using the correct pronunciation. So let's start. How do we read this? This is not jam, it is jam. Jam. The sound A. Jam. Jam. This is not ring, it is ring. Use the letter R as ring. Ring. How do you pronounce this letter and this letter? It is window. Window. Don't pronounce it as window. It is not B. B is the sound of V. But what is the sound of W? The sound of W is W. window, window. Very good. The next word, it is chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. What is this? Do you read this as vegetable? It is not vegetable, it is vegetable, 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 vegetable. So the next word is, it is what? The next word is pizza, pizza, pizza. How do you read this? Is this Wednesday? It is really pronounced as Wednesday, 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 Wednesday. The next word is zebra, zebra. What is this word? This is not sword, it is sword, because here the W is silent. We don't pronounce the sound over here. So it is pronounced as sword, sword. What is sword? The tool which is used by the kings and all. So sword, sword. So this is your homework. Try this. How do you pronounce this word? Here we have the sound J, W, L, R. But try this by your own. How do we pronounce this? This is your task. So here we learn the sounds of alphabets, the study of speech sounds, phonics. So here Photon Whiz is signing off. Till then, bye-bye.